welcome back to my channel. I am Nisha, the crypto baddie. If you are new here, welcome to the family. I am literally so excited right now, but let's just get into the little nitty-gritty bits, okay? If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel so you can see me all the time. Who doesn't want this vibe every single day? And please click that like button right now. Give me a thumbs up. I don't care if you haven't watched it yet. You know that I'm vibesy, so just like it beforehand, okay?
You're my weakness.
As a disclaimer, before we get started, I am not a financial advisor. I do not advise finances. So anything in my videos are not to coerce or make anybody buy or invest in anything at all. I do not give financial advice. Don't ask me no questions about your finances. Don't ask me no, because I ain't qualified. So please, 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 everything that we discuss in these videos, go and do your own due diligence and you do your own research. That's the key thing in this crypto thing. Don't just be following. Don't be following people. FOMO, fear of missing out. Don't do that. Always look into and investigate, read white papers, do the shebang, the shaboom, before you decide on anything, okay guys? But let's get going now that I've told you that. So today's video, I felt like I needed to do it. You guys can even see, like, my makeup's not even on point. I got spots. Like, I'm trying to sort my life out before the New Year's. So this right here, I had to squeeze this video in, but I felt like it was necessary and I felt like it was urgent for me to actually do a video about this. So if you're on my Instagram, you must be totally sick of me talking about Hex. It is what it is. Don't really care. But the sacrificing phase for Pulsex has begun as of last night. I got mad excited and I was gonna rush and I said, you know, I need to go to sleep. I need to sleep. I need to have my brain on 100% functionality before I go and make any mistakes. Because as I told you guys, the crypto world is the wild, wild west. And the slightest mistake could lose you everything. So I went to bed. I've woken up, I'm fresh. I still ain't done nothing. This is how I'm taking my time. I still ain't done nothing. I just needed to make a video about it. And then I'm going to start, you know, do my thing. So in this video, I'm literally just going to outline to you what Hex is, what Pulsechain is, and what Pulsex is. There are three different things. And right now we're in the sacrificing phase for Pulsex. Pulsechain had its sacrificing phase. That is done and dusted. Do not sacrifice at all at this point. Pulsex is your next target, and Hex, okay? So Hex and Pulsex are two places that you could kind of really start thinking about. But I'm going to just give you an explanation so you guys can kind of really understand what's going on and what I'm into and why I love it so much. Okay, so as an example, Hex. Hex is equivalent to, if you want to, you know, compare it to something, it could be compared to Bitcoin. Okay, I'm just pointing because I'm hoping that I'm gonna stick things in there. But Hex, it could be compared to Bitcoin. Pulsechain could be compared to Ethereum network, and Pulsex. Look at me forgetting shit. Pulsex could be compared to Uniswap. Okay, and you're like, okay, still don't get it. Still don't get it. It's alright. Stick with me. Stick with your gut. So the founder, Richard Hart, let me just like put him to my side because I'm getting my editing game on here. So let me just move to the side because I think I'm going to put Richard there. But Richard Hart, I don't even know what to say about this man. He's like Marmite. All right, guys. Richard is like Marmite. You either love him or you hate him, and I fucking love him. I love him. I love him. So this guy right here, sometimes he seems like he's being a bit arrogant, you know, he's got alpha energy. Like, he don't take talk from nobody. And I love that about him. One thing I would say about Richard is he's human. He's got like this big energy and I love that energy. So Richard Hart, first and foremost, This man loves his community. So I'm a part of the Hex community and the Pulsechain community, and now Pulsex community. We're all one. So the Hexicans are the Pulsicans, because all the Hexicans go into Pulse, and now all the Hexicans who are the Pulsicans are in Pulsex. So we just won, and we're a very big community of free groups. And Richard, he looks out for his community. So one thing I would say, if you follow Richard on Twitter, Richard, and I'll put his Twitter down in the bottom of this video so you guys can go and follow his real page. But even on Twitter, he will post about scams that are going on, warning his followers, you know, about the current scams. So a lot of people lose money daily. And I did a video in my last video because I felt like it was something we needed to talk about. I'll put the link down there as well for the last video about protecting your wallet and just looking out for scammers. But that's what Richard does on a daily for us. He alerts us of all the new scams that have been found out, and just tries to keep us safe. Now, people are going to be people and we stupid. So some people just be doing stupid shit and then crying about it, but he does try his best to keep his community safe. Rich is also very educational, but I'm not going to spend this whole video like literally kissing Rich's ass. Like, you know, I love him and he's just a phenomenal guy. But he is the founder of Hex, Pulsechain and Pulsex. If you go back, I'm actually going to do another video because I didn't do what is Hex video a lot of justice. So I'm going to do another video, New Year's, you're going to see that pop up. But you can go and have a look at my what is Hex video to have an understanding of what is Hex. I'm not going to spend this whole video talking about Hex when I've already done a video, which I'm going to do another video for. There's too many videos about what is Hex. So Hex, but it just in short, Hex is basically a product. And I compare it to similar to like a banking product. So with your bank, you know, you have a bank account, but their products would be such as like insurance or ISA accounts or etc. So Hex is kind of like an ISA. You can have your Hex, which is liquid. That means your Hex is just in your wallet. And if you stake it, meaning hold it and lock it in, for a certain period of time, you can gain interest up to 40% annually. Okay, so your bank, when you have an ISA, you can get up to 2%, annually. But with Hex, you can get up to 40%. So the more Hex you lock in, for the longer you lock in, the more interest that you can earn as per se. So that's it in short. Now, there's a lot of backing and forthing about Hex because people are like, well, why do you have to lock your money? Well, you don't have to. Plenty of people don't stake. There's a lot of people that don't stake and they just hold their liquid Hex. And I tell you, yeah, liquid Hex be flipping. That profit, whenever I see my profit on my liquid Hex, that gets staked. I stake that. I don't even withdraw my profit. I just stake that because my money is making its own money and I don't have to put back into my wallet because the Hex is just flipping itself. Oh. So always make sure I've got liquid Hex because I always see profit off top. Take that off top. Put it in my stakes, okay? And then that money then is gaining interest. And I know that when those stakes are open, I can either take that money or I can stake again. It's a choice. So don't be misinformed to say if you have Hex, you have to now stake it and you never can see it again. That's not how it works. You can have liquid Hex, and if you don't want to stake, you don't want to stake. But I ain't gonna make no recommendations because I'm a financial advisor. But my choice is to stake, okay, because I see my gains. So when you stake, you get T-shares, and I'm gonna do a video on T-shares. We're just gonna skim through this one because I'm still trying to sort out all of my stuff for the new year. I ain't got time to be talking all this talking. So that is Hex. So when we say we compare it to like Bitcoin, Hex is demolished. Like, but bear in mind, Hex is only 2 years old, and a lot of people say, "Oh, it's a rug pull. They're going to take all your money. You're gonna lock it in. It's gonna be gone." Well, 2 years is a long time to scam people. It's a very long time. 2 years. You could get bored or just rug pull. Like, look at that. What was it called? The games. The Squid Games. Look at that Squid Game token. You guys blinked and that shit was gone. Okay, so if this is some type of, because remember, crypto's the wild, wild west. We can say for sure for anything, but one thing that I can say with my chest is I believe in Richard and I believe in Hex. And 2 years is a long time for some guy to actually have, not even be like, who's the founder of the Squid Game token? You don't know. Richard is there on Twitter, on Instagram. He's walking around doing live streams on his YouTube. I'm gonna put a link to his YouTube as well. He's putting his face here. Like, come on, if you were gonna scam people, be anonymous, you know. So that also gives me the confidence in Richard. But we're coming off topic. We're coming off topic a lot. So then you have Pulsechain. Now, as I said, Pulsechain can be compared to Ethereum. So Pulsechain is the blockchain, okay? And sacrificing. I wish if I would have sold everything in my house if I really knew what Pulsechain was on. But I was too scaredy that I just put a little bit in and it was like, yeah. And now I'm like, listen, I ain't missing with Pulsex. So Pulsechain is basically the blockchain, and Pulsechain is a fork of Ethereum. Now, Ethereum, a lot of us love Ethereum. You guys know when I started out on crypto, I was Ethereum babe. Like, you can't tell me nothing. Ethereum is my dog. Like, no one can chat to me about Ethereum. But anybody that's in crypto will know these Ethereum gas fees are sickening. Like, I want to die every time I just use that network. It's long. So Richard was like, Hex is an ERC20 token. It's built on Ethereum. My peoples is suffering. See, and that's what I mean. This guy, he's just amazing. So he's like, my peoples is suffering. So Pulsechain hasn't launched yet. You can't sacrifice anymore. But when it does launch, it basically everybody who has ERC20 tokens will get it duplicated on the Pulsechain. So you're like, even me? Like, I don't even know who Richard is. Yes, you. So basically you will have everything duplicated on the Pulsechain. It's the world's largest airdrop that is about to happen. So if you don't know what airdrop is, it's basically when you just get some free tokens. That's it in the simplest. You get some free tokens given to you. So it's the world's largest airdrop in crypto history. And basically everybody who has any ERC20, Shiba, Ethereum, anything that's built on ERC, you will get that duplicated on the Pulsechain. And so if you got $1,000 in Shiba, you're going to keep your $1,000, but you're going to get another $1,000 on the Pulsechain. So you're going to have $2,000. You get it? So I wish I put more money in. With the Pulsechain as well, gas fees will not be as high. So, you know, you're going to be paying as little as like $1 for gas fees. It's a no-brainer. So with that, and this is just like a quick outline so you guys understand what I'm going over here. So with that, now obviously Ethereum has Uniswap. We move on to Pulsex. So at first, when the conversations were happening, we were calling this Pulsewap. But Richard decided that he wanted to call it Pulsex. And we just said, okay, cool. That's what we're going to call it. But Pulsex is the comparison to Uniswap. So it's going to be the swap for the Pulsechain, just like Uniswap is for Ethereum. So that means there's going to be a lot of people using Pulsex, okay, to swap their tokens, do etc. So I know that I want everything that I got. I want it in Pulsex, because I personally feel, no financial advice, I personally feel like it's going to do good in my eyes. So the sacrificing phase has begun. Now you're like, why you keep on saying sacrificing? Like, what the hell is that? So when it comes to these tokens, Richard has put a process in place called sacrificing. So you send however much you want, whatever you're sending and whatever token it is, to a particular wallet. This is called the sacrificing wallet or the sacrificial wallet. Your tokens are gone then. That's it. They're no longer, you're literally giving them. Like, you're like, who? What? You're telling me to just give my tokens. Like, it's not like, what am I getting back out of it? No, you're just giving your tokens. And when the sacrifice is over, everyone will get their share of whatever it is that they've sacrificed. They'll get their share value of the token. But once your tokens are gone, they're gone. You just go. They just go. So that's where the word sacrifice, just like, you know, if you sacrifice something, you give it up. You're just giving up your tokens. And something that Richard always kind of says is, you're giving with no expectation. Okay, and I know this sounds a bit bro, this doesn't sound too good, but you're giving with no expectation, but you know in your heart what's good. Okay, so the sacrifice started yesterday because a lot of scams have been going on since Pulsex. Like, a lot of scammers have realized that so many people are so excited about just Hex pulse chaining, so the scammers have been out in force and doing like fake live streams, so copying like Richard's live streams that he's done and then restreaming them and then telling people send this and you'll get that and blah blah blah. Scammers saying to people, look, I'll help you with your airdrop, just send me your seed phrase or your private keys or whatever, and people have been falling for it. So Richard tries his best to not get people scammed. So last night he announced that he put a wallet number out and said this is a pre-sacrifice wallet number that is safe. He put it out on all platforms that he, you know, is verified speaking, and also did a video to accompany it, which I'll show you here.
Hey everybody, I'm reading this address off my screen here. The 0x075 lowercase e 72 lowercase a 5 lowercase e capital D, etc., etc., etc. Ethereum address is valid for sacrifice. It's just to help people that are in a rush get their sacrifices in before the end of the year if they've got other things going on, or if they're worried that the ETH price might go down and they want their sacrifice value to be higher. And the more people that sacrifice to the legitimate address now, the less people that can get scammed by all the scam websites and scam imposters and scam direct message senators and scam fake live streams, you name it. The longer those things are around, the more they victimize people, the better it is to get them into the real sacrifice earlier. So the sites, they're very, very close to done, and they're, you know, mostly tested, so they can go up very soon. But the difference between a day or not could save some people.
So just to verify, like, this is real. Yeah, just to verify that this is real, it's not a scammer, I'm not hacked, because you know Elon Musk got hacked. Or did he? He said he got hacked. But Elon Musk got hacked and people started sending their shit. So, you know, just to verify that he wasn't hacked and this is the correct wallet to sacrifice to. A lot of, because the websites aren't actually ready. But he knows that some people, I think like in America and stuff, like it's just based on taxes, they want to sacrifice before the year ends. So he just put this out as a pre and as a safe, because these scammers will be coming out, sending out wallet numbers, pretending to be Richard, and people will fall for it. So definitely I'm going to put all of Richard's socials down at the bottom, and just go ahead and follow him. Those are his real pages. And just have to say Richard follows me on Twitter, but I'm not acting like I'm better than anybody. I'm just saying, like, Richard follows me on Twitter. So I'm gonna behave. So yeah, he's trying his best to not have people get scammed by these scam artists. That's Pulsex. Pulsex is equivalent to Uniswap. It will be the swap for Pulsechain. So they all lock in. So say if you have Hex, and you have some Hex staked and you have liquid Hex, when the Pulsechain is live, you're gonna have your stake and your hex on Ethereum, but you're also gonna have your stake, so that will be like called P hex, Pulse hex, and your liquid hex on Pulsechain. So you will have double of everything. And when you stake, you get T-shares, so you're gonna get double T-shares. Like, come on guys, like, it's a no-brainer. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. So it's time to sacrifice. Nothing happens overnight. Like, we've seen Bitcoin, it took what, like 10 years or whatever to get to where it's at. Hex is only 2 years old. Pulsechain's not born yet. Pulsex isn't born yet. Like, they're just in their beginning phases, and Hex has done a lot in the last 2 years. There's a chart that Richard keeps on posting, and it shows like Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Hex. They're like basically its journey over time, and Hex is beaten both of them. If you want to be a part of Pulsex and you want to invest in Pulsex, then what you're gonna do is you're going to sacrifice to this wallet, and the wallet is going to do what it do. Once you got, that's gone, it's gone. But then when everything is launched, you're going to get your free tokens, you're going to have your Pulse, you're going to have your Pulsex, you're going to have everything. So big airdrop. And yeah, then the rest is history. And in this crypto game, all I can say is we don't know what tomorrow holds. The crypto space itself is a very special space because it keeps on growing, it keeps on manifesting itself, and you don't know what the next big thing is. But one thing I would tell you guys is don't suffer from FOMO. Don't have a fear of missing out. If it's not for you, it's not for you. There's been so many tokens that people said to me, oh, you should do this, you should get that. And they've seen a bit of profit and this, that. Some have been rug pulls. I'm like, thank God. But I don't rush and get excited about what other people are excited about. I do my research and I follow my gut and my heart. And if something is for you, it will be for you. If you say no to somebody saying something about a token and it 1,000 X's, don't cry about it. It weren't for you. It weren't yours. So just know that, and just know that you don't have to follow what everybody does and says. But I know that my heart, my gut, my spirit, everything tells me that this is the right train to be on for me and my family, my friends, the people who I truly care about. This is the train that we're all going to be on. And we're not going to be millionaires tomorrow. I'm sorry, even though I really want to. You won't be seeing me on a private jet tomorrow. Even though some of the hexagons that I've been in from day one, yeah, them guys, the money is long. I'm trying to get that long. The money is long for them. Like, they're doing the most. And Richard, he's a flashy guy. He likes a bit of name brand. He's been retired in his 20s. Like, he was retired from 25, I think he says. Like, he just lives life. But yeah, just know that nothing happens overnight. Be patient with things that you invest in, and even if you feel like it's a quick flip, if you don't understand the project or the product, or make sure you understand it and you get it, because some of these things you might be sleeping on, and in 5-6 years time they could have made you a millionaire. A lot of people slept on Bitcoin and they could have been millionaires, you know. So just go with your gut, go with knowledge and understanding, and then just be patient. No matter the ups and downs, crypto goes like that. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna be sweating, everything's gone, your heart is in your ass. But if you don't believe in what you have invested in, if you don't believe in the project, if you don't believe in the founder, if you don't believe in the community, if you don't believe in any of that, then don't put your money in. Simple. If you don't believe in shit, then don't put your money in. But yeah, I strongly believe Hex, Pulsechain, and now Pulsex, and it's time to sacrifice. But that's me, guys. Thank you for spending this time with me today again. I'm gonna try and sort my life out now. But please get in the comments. Let me know if you are a Hexakin. If you are a Hexakin, hello, and thank you for supporting me. I appreciate you guys. Let me know if you have already sacrificed. And let's get a conversation stirring up in the comments, guys. And share, like, and subscribe to my channel, because the new year is coming, and baby, I got some shit coming for you. All right, but I love you guys. I appreciate your support. Let's get this money.